Hi guys, Raynal here, and today we're taking Whisper as an evasion tank into Arena. Now, why evasion? Because it's fun. It's something different that's not really done, and it actually works fairly well. The idea is our Whisper will be running some evasion gear, she will be getting an evasion buff from Venera, and she'll be dodging a couple hits. Whisper is not as tanky as she could be, because we're sacrificing some things in favor of evasion. For the same reason, Black Witch Helena isn't as strong as in a full magic build, but we do get a couple more dodges in, and if we're lucky, this team is actually way better than some other teams that I could have done by dedicating myself to normal builds. If we're not lucky though, we are losing out on some performance. So with that said, let's just go in game. I'll show you how the matches go, and at the very end of the video we have the detailed loadout, abilities on off, what we bring, so you can go there if you want to see all the details. With that said, let's go and fight. I have no idea how this will go. Our team is just a little bit wonky, but we do have like powerhouse Black Witch Helena, so worst case scenario, everybody dies and then Black Witch just carries us to victory because that's what she does. And then in this map, the spacing is really large, so Black Witch can actually fight by herself fairly well. It's rather reliable. Something that might not work to our advantage though is the fact that we're trying to use Wish for Peace early on, but I'm thinking the buff might actually run out before we even meet the enemy team head on, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, Whisper kind of decides not to move forward early on, so that's definitely not good. I might have to swap out her agility just a little bit to make her slower than the Black Witch. Actually, I think that's something I'll have to do, because right now we're not tanking properly. Okay, enemy uses buffs, blah blah blah, Whisper comes back, uses resist magic onto Venera, which is not going to be impactful against that enemy team. Okay, let's see. Does he miss any attack? Our Black Witch is fairly evady, but not as much as anyone else. Dodges 2 out of 3, so definitely not bad, and then moves in for Tenebral Rose. Now, she is in range of Auron, and Auron has a guaranteed hit attack, so that could go really bad if he gets a turn. Let's see if Venera prevents that from happening though. Horizontal shot, path, Auron is down. So we have taken out the first enemy threat. Then, you know, Zazan hits from the front, but Zazan has luck up in his vision card, so he's much more accurate than Warrior of Light is. Doesn't matter though, Venera just decides to dodge, while Whisper is kind of hanging around in the back because we did not tune in her early turn well. We're gonna have to work on that, because right now, I mean, for something that is meant to showcase whether Whisper can dodge or not, well, we haven't really seen her do anything yet. We do know that Black Witch does dodge quite a few hits, surprisingly, and manages to really carry the fight like she always does. Okay, we've adjusted our early turn. Now Black Witch should be able to go away from Whisper and allow Whisper to go in front, so that's definitely going to be an upgrade. But here we go. Enemy, Summer Kilphe, Mont, and Muraga. They do have a little bit of accuracy, and then, yeah, rank 150, so pretty impressive overall rank. Let's see how we can fight those. I know Summer Kilphe is a really accurate unit, but she's lower level, so maybe she'll miss a couple hits, and then Moore's guaranteed hits are very short range, so we do have some forms of an edge that we can leverage. As for Muraga, I honestly don't remember whether he's accurate or not, so I guess we'll have to see when the fight begins. One thing that's fairly scary is the Black Witch in front of Muraga that might lead to us just getting completely destroyed, especially since he just used his accuracy up move. So he is gonna land his next hit. Let's see. So enemies move in, they're moving forward very quickly, so that's a little bit scary. We hit Muraga but really weak, and then begin stun shot, we get a stun on more. That's pretty good. Now we have hate, but we're grouped, so we're both gonna get attacked by Summer Kilphe in a minute there. Muraga hits, but really weak overall, and then Summer Fatale. That is the attack that decreases our light resistance and then deals damage, so it's gonna hit fairly hard, or just, you know, gonna miss, because Whisper is in an evasion build right now. Then Heavenly Blade, one-shot the enemy Summer Kilphe, followed by Whisper's Tonic Spell, which just misses, unfortunately. So that's it, we're gonna drain Muraga to death, and that fight... Oh, he's not dead yet. Did he have courage and I missed that? Nope, just survives with 38 HP and misses. We are definitely evady in this team comp. And then when the guaranteed hit attack lands, if they're magical attacks, we don't really care about them either. So far, so good. Let's see if we can move on to stronger teams now. So, time to move on to a bigger challenge. Summer Kilphe, King Mont, and Black Witch. Now, the Black Witch is going to be super accurate. She has an accuracy buff and her vision card, so we have to watch out for her. But the other ones, I don't know. King Mont is also an accurate unit, Summer Kilphe is as well, but depending on the passives they have, we might get a lucky dodge in or not. But this one is a lot more of a challenge for sure. I'm hoping that with the extra magic resistance, our Venera and Whisper can tank at least one hit from the enemy Black Witch. If we can't, we're just gonna go down. And then the two Black Witches are facing each other, but ours is a little bit weaker because we're running an evasion team, right? Our entire build revolves around dodging, which might not happen in front of her. So I guess we'll just see. Mont uses Revitalize, we're going to use our own Grace of Eternal Friendship and go group in the middle. Okay, so far I don't dislike our movement. It is grouping us, but it does give us a little bit more time to use our buffs, and they're going to be critical to give us a little bit of a chance to survive, so not too bad. They have magic resistance up, which is definitely not good for us though. So we're going to cast Darken Focus, alright, and then King Mont is going to keep coming forward. Let's see what he does. Begins with Maiming Slash, lands it. That's terrible. Now, we are in one-shot range from the enemy Black Witch, so I'm kind of expecting that to happen, but I guess we'll see. So enemy Black Witch moves forward, and just as predicted, hits every single one of our guys. Misses our Whisper though, that's pretty funny, so she did dodge the attack. Then, you know, they keep getting buffed, our Venera is out of AP, so doesn't really do anything useful, and Black Witch manages to drop her Limit Burst on all three enemy members. Let's see how much damage we do. I don't know what to expect, honestly. They do have a lot of magic resistance, and yep, the overall damage is really low. King Mont attacks again, misses Whisper again, but does land an attack on our Black Witch. Now, Whisper, we need you to generate some hate. Yeah, she doesn't really do any damage with that, though. So, Black Rose's Hex comes in, deals really weak damage overall. That's not bad, but enemy Summer Kilphe uses her Limit Break and does not miss. So, now that we've had our slash resistance reduced by King Mont, this is going to be a kill, I think. Yep, 3600. Oh, it's not a kill, but it's really close. King Mont comes in with the finish. None of those missed in the last 3 attacks. So, overall, really bad. We do take out Summer Kilphe, but I don't think there's any way for Venera to dodge enough attacks, especially considering Black Witch's guaranteed hits. Okay, we've managed to find another enemy team without accuracy up passives, although they do have some luck up. Let's just see how we match against them. So, our expectation is that we should be doing fine against this enemy team. I don't think Tidus can kill our Black Witch fast enough, and then unless Yuna gets a powerful Limit Burst before we get magic resistance up, we should be able to duel her fairly well as well. So let's just see what happens. Yuna's going to cast her Re-Raise on herself, our Black Witch is going to go forward towards Yuna, and Whisper starts moving forward. This is our ideal start. Then enemy Tidus starts coming towards Whisper, which is also exactly what we need. So far, according to plan. Yuna has Re-Raise, we don't really care about that. She's gonna die in one hit several times, so it's not too terrible. Nope, never mind. I guess we're not one-hitting her. We do have a really weak Black Witch compared to the average one because she's really built towards evasion instead of her usual offensive stats, so that can be explained. Whisper increases her own tankiness. That's perfect because she takes a miss from Tidus. Now, Tidus is a really accurate character. She has extra luck from her vision card, so it's fairly hard to miss her in general. It's fairly hard for her to miss, I mean. So we drop the Tenable Rose. Now, I'm expecting this one to be a kill. It is a very powerful move. Yup, that should be enough. No! Barely survives and procs the Aeon Bond. Okay. Venera moves in, uses her Limit Burst, and, you know, just probably one-shots the enemy Summer Kilphe, because that's what Venera does. So, Kilphe's out, Whisper is ready for a taunting spell, generates some hate, so now Tidus gonna go after her, and hits the second time, so she misses 1 out of 2 so far. Now, what I like about Dodge Whisper is every hit she dodges doesn't reduce her hate, and just contributes to her dealing a little bit more damage every time. So, Yuna is currently winning the duel against our Black Witch Helena, but the team's coming to the rescue, they're slowly walking towards the fight. I guess one major disadvantage of Whisper is she just can't reach the fight very well. But she got in range from Yuna, so she's eating an energy ray. Now, That's a guaranteed hit. It is gonna land, but not do a lot of damage because we have a very good magic resistance. And this gives an opportunity for the rest of our guys to start hitting the enemy Yuna and proc 1000 several Aeon Bonds, because, you know, that's what Yuna does. So, dies for the first time, comes back to life, probably gets a turn, full heals herself or something, or maybe Whisper's just gonna get the kill with Quadro Break with 5000 damage. Alright, Whisper, I guess you were tired of this fight. Okay, so this time, Tidus, Valentin Salire, and Yuna. Valentin Salire has guaranteed hit magical attacks. I'm not really scared of those though, because since they're magic scaled, since they're magic type, they're not going to do much to a Whisper with magic resistance up. So yeah, I'm seeing this match as a fairly easy one, as long as Yuna doesn't win the duel against the Black Witch Helena. Also, Tidus is a surprisingly accurate character, so he might completely screw up our plan by just hitting, despite all odds. So I guess we'll see what happens there. We get our first buffs up. Resist Magic is going to be really good, as I said, against Valentin Salire. This Yuna is casting Re-Raise on herself, which I don't really care about. We're just going to have to kill her several times. Valentin Salire is almost in range. Now, I need my guys to split so that they're not hit by the same attack. Otherwise, Venera is going to go down fairly quickly. That's not what happens though. We just walk up to the enemy, Valentin Salire, and have her dodge our attack 3 times because she procced her reflex. That is a terribly bad RNG for the beginning of the fight, because now Venera's out of AP and we did not get any benefits from that action. And then we're also grouped for the detonation blast that's gonna come in and eating the first energy ray. Like, every single thing that could go wrong just aligned, one after the other. There we go. Although Energy Ray was really weak, and Detonation Blast as well, so I guess even though it didn't go as planned, at least we're not getting completely destroyed. Quick Hit lands, which is terrible, so that's how accurate Tidus can be. He just lands the attack, procs the second reflex in a row. That is crazy. I feel like the enemy team is a little bit too lucky there. We do one hit Yuna, comes back to life though with the re-raise, and now she's probably gonna heal herself back to full with Smile Practice. There we go, it is as expected. Now, uses a Kai Super Shot, but misses because our Whisper is evadey. Jet Shot though, that hits. I guess we are evadey enough for characters that don't have a lot of accuracy up, but somebody like Tidus basically always hits, so it's really hard to survive. Procs the third reflex in a row from Valentin Salire. I guess she really wants to win this fight, so yeah, she probably has a really good shot, except she just decides to walk into the Black Rose's Hex for some reason and suicides while it was being cast, so I guess Black Witch carries us? So let's look at our team. We have Black Witch Helena running Shiva for some evasion and Asage's Hat. Now, I've noticed that she doesn't really dodge a whole lot in those matches, so it would probably be better off swapping the Sage's Hat for something else and just abandoning the idea of having her evade, but she still did a really good job because that's what Black Witch Helena does, even with only 1100 magic. Yeah, even though I see some builds where Black Witch reaches something like 1500, she has enough with this to carry most teams, so it's fine. Abilities on off, everything is on both jobs. She has a really good AI in general, with the exception of Dark. I turned that off because I prefer having her use Strain if she's low, if she needs just a final tap to finish off an enemy. Then Whisper is here. She has a Mithril armor to increase her evasion a little bit, and then outside of that, she just has Blade Soul, and it's enough. She has enough luck with that to actually dodge most incoming hits, so you know, it works. And then with 900 attack, she did manage to hit somebody for 5000, so fairly impressive overall. And then whenever she takes a hit from magic attacks, which most guaranteed hits are, she still survives it really well, especially if she has magic resistance buff on, because she's magic immune with this build. So that's how she is, and in terms of abilities on off, I have turned off TP Break and Power Break. I want her to either use Quadro Break, which does heavy damage in an AoE, or Divine Shelter for the buff on herself. Her only other offensive move is Stunning Spell, the other 3 are turned off, but she also has Resist Magic because it's really good. It's just a very powerful ability when you're fighting mages. Then finally, Venera, she has the Maiden's card, and Odin. If I wanted more evasion and missile attack, I could replace Odin with Tetrasulfid. I do think both would work really well. Very important for our build is Luel's TMR, which gives a luck up for both Whisper and herself. That is the whole reason they actually managed to dodge attacks that well. With the luck up, the evasion from Whisper becomes what Vinera's evasion is without the buff. So Vinera remains the most evady of the two, but it makes Whisper evady enough to actually dodge a couple hits, so that's fine. And then abilities on off, in her assassin main job everything is on, but in the dual gunner job I ended up turning off stun shot because it's not a bad ability, but if she's about to use that, I would much prefer to see something like Blood Pack being cast. And they basically, it's one or the other, so it's way better to just generate more AP with this one. So that's our overall team. So that was it, guys. Hopefully it was fun and entertaining. I really enjoy running funky builds once in a while. When I saw that that one could work, I figured that it was worth sharing. Of course, it's not top tier. You're not going to be like Dwayne, King Mont, and Black Witch Helena with top tier gear running that build, but it is a funky one, and against an enemy team that's not prepared for accuracy, it actually works surprisingly well. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and subscribe, and then as always, we'll see you next time, and have a great rest of your day.